Hiya, hello everyone. I haven't done a video for a little while now. I've just been a little bit busy. But yeah, so this is going to be my weekly outlook going forward for the week. Just things that I'm keeping my eye on. Yeah, I just want to share my thoughts. Right, first off though, I want to say this is not financial advice, so don't be copying these trades and expecting major wins. Anyway, right, let's just get to it. I'll do a short one today. Um, right, the thing that stands out the most to me at this moment in time is crude oil. Right, we're on it now. Let me just break down why I like it. Right, let's start off with the COT report. So, as you can see here, this blue box here, these are the commercial buyers, and as you can see, the commercials, the number of contracts has just been increasing since September 23. So right now, over the course of the last 3 years, we're at the most extreme levels, which means that you can expect a move upwards in most cases. Now let's go on the opposite side of that. Like this now, these are the retail traders, so the likes of me, and other small traders. So as you can see, the amount of contracts is pretty low going back over the last 3 years. So since the retail traders are mostly the wrong most of the time, we want to be on the opposite side of what these guys are doing, and we want to be on the side of what the smart money, the blue, the commercials are doing. So right, that's number one. The main reason is the COT report, which we just covered. Right, the next thing is here, the valuation tool that I use. Now, right, this yellow line here is gold. So that's the price of crude oil compared to gold. And then the blue line is the price of crude oil compared to the US dollar. So how this works is this red line here, if these two lines here get close to or touch or overlap that, it means that the price is overvalued. Now when it's overvalued, you can sort of guess that the price will actually drop, and then the opposite goes for this green line here, so that is actually undervalued. So when we get close to touch or overlap the green, it means that the crude oil is undervalued compared to gold and the US dollar. So once it gets around here, we can expect a bounce upwards. So although we're getting we're pretty low, we're below the mean, which is here, this grey line here. So we're below the mean and we're still dropping down slightly. So yeah, I'd expect if the price still continues to come down, these two are gonna come down a bit lower. So that's right. So we covered the COT report and the valuation tool. So far so good for crude oil. Now also this is this is a major deal right here. Now this is the seasonality report. Seasonality. This is going back 10 years on what crude oil tends to do around this time of year. So as you can see, I've marked this red line here is the 16th of December. And it's predicting an up rally, which it estimates to peak on the 6th of March next year. So we will have a bit of ups and downs in that time, but this is what it's predicting. It doesn't mean that it's going to be right, but when it comes to like commodities, things, this seasonality tool is pretty good. So yeah, so these are the three fundamental tools that I use. The COT report, the valuation tool, and the seasonality tool, and all three are in favour of a crude oil rally. Now let me so that's the fundamental side of things. Now let's go to the technical side of things. So right, this is the monthly. There we go. Right, so this is the monthly chart. What I like to do is plot the zone. I find that the zones in the higher time frame will mean that when you enter on the lower time frame, if they're covered by the higher time frame charts, they tend to have be more reliable. So anyway, as you can see, I've marked out this zone here on the monthly, so that's a good thing. A zone to me is these two candles here. They're indecisive, they're pretty small, they're not explosive, so that to me is a zone. So we got the leg in, explosive candle, two indecisive candles, bam, candle out. So that's a zone here. Now let's drill down a bit lower into the weekly. There we go. Let me see. Let's scroll out a little bit. Right, as you can see, I've marked out a zone here. The problem we have here is that I have two zones on top of each other. So this is where it can get a bit tricky. Let's have a look. So, as you can see here, we have a leg in. I marked as two indecisive candles, leg out, explosive out. So there's one zone. Then we have the leg in. Three indecisive candles, explosive, move to the upside. So the two ways I can actually handle this, I can actually just enter in this zone here. If the price comes into this here, and I will just put my stop just under these three indecisive candles. Or I could, another way of doing it is I could just hope the price breaks through this zone here and comes into this zone, and then enter around here. I don't like that. That's the least favourable option to me. Another thing I could do is potentially split up my trade amount into two. I can engage here and with the stop loss just under these indecisive candles. So I'll go in half trade size. And if that gets stopped out, I could go in with my other half here. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to combine the two zones. But I'm going to make a large zone because I really don't want to miss out on this trade, because I do feel like that this trade, it's an A plus setup, because these three fundamental tools are all in favour of a rally to the upside. So what I will do is I will make a zone. It's pretty big. I will cut it off here. So I would be looking to engage. Right, that zone is marked out at $52.86, but to be honest, I want to go above $53 just in case it doesn't break the $53 mark. So what I would be probably look to do is engage around $53.50 or thereabouts. I've set my indicator, what do you call it, an alert a little bit higher here, just so if the price does come down, I'll be alerted on my phone, and then it will just be, I'll actually quickly jump on my PC to place the trade. Let's have a look at the daily chart. Yeah, so I will do that on the weekly, just because this is a little bit messy here. Let's have a look. So yeah, I'll get in there on the weekly chart. It's pretty straightforward. Yeah, so that's really, really good. I want to cover one more thing with you guys. Netflix. Now, I've had my eye on this for quite a while, and it's just teasing me. I'm hoping it does actually come down into my zone. Let me just explain. Right, so out of me three fundamental tools, indicators I use, the CLT report is just it does not work with stocks. So just disregard, forget this stuff on the left. So this now valuation tool, I've switched it to. So what this is now is the US Treasury bonds is the white line, and then comparing it to the Netflix stock. So the same thing applies. Close to or below the green line is undervalued, and we could expect potentially a move upwards. Red line overvalued and move downwards. Again, another thing that we can use here is the seasonality. Although, let's start with the seasonality. It's not really in our favour when it comes to Netflix going back a number of years. So from here, it's just predicting Sad reaction, a little bit of a drop, and then I don't know. It's saying what from mid-Jan, I move upwards. So I'm just this. This is the least important tool, in my opinion, of these three. So I'm just going to disregard that for now. Now when it comes to the valuation tool, this is the most important thing when it comes to stocks. In my strategy. So as you can see, it was undervalued here on the 8th of December, and it's hovering around the green line. So yeah, it's pretty much. I'm waiting for it to drop a little bit more. If it does, this green white line's gonna come a bit closer to the green, and then I'm looking to engage. So yeah, so when it comes to my main tool, fundamental, for stocks, Netflix is looking good. Now let's do the technical. Okay, monthly again, like with crude oil, we got a nice. Oops, wrong one. Let me see. Here we go. Right, so this is the monthly chart again. We got an indecisive candle, the red one here, and then we got like a really explosive candle out. So we got covered by the monthly. Let's have a look at the weekly. Right, again we got I've actually marked out two zones. It's the first zone here. Again, we got the leg in, indecisive candle, which is this one here, and then explodes outwards. We've marked that out, and then we got a level underneath. That's not too. I'm not much of such a big fan of that one, but anyway, let's drill down a bit lower into the daily. Let me just close this for you guys. Right, here we go. Right, this is where I will be plotting my entry using the daily chart, not the weekly in this case. I've actually set my alert for 91.88. So, like I said, if price does touch this, I'll be I'll get on my PC as soon as I can, ready to engage. So let me just. Now, as we can see, we've got like a zone. Let me have a look. Now, I could say that we've got a zone here. This one here. I'll count that as a sort of a zone, but then, but then we sort of have just a number of zones. It's a bit messy, see? We got two zones here, so what I will do, just because I'm desperate to get on this trade, I will combine, like before with the crude oil, I'm going to combine these zones. So let me just get rid of these. What I'm going to do is, I will probably be looking to engage long in Netflix roughly around the $91 mark. $91. $91, yeah. Now let me just show you. I'm going to plot out my stop loss, and right, so this is my zone here. My stop loss is this green line just here, which will be roughly the $79 mark. Now these yellow lines are this will be 1-to-1 profit, 2-to-1 profit, 3-to-1 profit. So for me to actually hit the 3-to-1, it would be close to all-time highs. Now I don't know, that might be a little bit asking a little bit too much, but I don't see why, if we get the reaction that we want off the zone, why it won't reach to 2-to-1, which is roughly around the $116 mark. So yeah, so basically that is Netflix. Yeah, so quickly explained. So I do have my eye on a couple of other things, but I'm just going to leave it at that. My fingers crossed that the prices, I do get to jump on this week, and I'm getting a bit bored waiting around for trades. But I suppose that's the life of a swing trader. Right, anybody that does watch this video, thanks, and take it easy. Bye.